Good afternoon, everyone. Jonathan Davis here with Davis Autosports, and we're really excited to offer you guys, as you'll see in this entire video, a truly remarkable and gorgeous TJ. This is a 2005 Rubicon 6-speed manual transmission. This Jeep came into us 100% bone stock and all original. Everything mentioned in this video, from parts and services, we just did here in-house. This is a true one-owner, Carfax certified, guaranteed Jeep. With 30 service records on the Carfax. So one owner took impeccable care of it. We came in, we got it. We had all of our touches, both servicing wise, reconditioning wise, and upgrade wise. So super clean Jeep. One of the nicer Jeeps that we've had in recently. 85,000 original and documented miles. This is impact orange. Sometimes impact orange can look red in video. Every single upgrade and service we just completed here in-house, and I'm going to go over all those in a moment. Just want to give you a good walk around. We're shooting this directly in the sunlight so you can see this thing in its true condition. And the paint on this thing literally looks absolutely phenomenal. We are shooting this in 4K, so we're gonna show you every panel very close up. Please do us a favor. We spend a lot of time here on our videos, on our pictures, on the content of our listing, both on our website and on eBay. So please make sure to view the entire video. We're gonna be driving it later on and everything else before asking questions, because about 95% of the questions that we get are asked. We'll love to hear from you guys, but just if you're gonna buy something this nice and expensive, take your time and watch the video. So we'll start off with the paint. Paint is probably one of the nicer Jeeps that we've got in. So in addition to it coming in great condition, like always, we performed our full paint correction service on this. And with this Jeep, since we did the Kevlar flares, the flares got removed, the factory Rubicon sticker got removed, all the lights got removed. Everything on the body when we do our paint correction gets removed. So we're just dealing with the parts that we're sanding down. So every single part of this Jeep that has paint on it was sanded with either a 1500 grit and or all the way up to a 3000 grit, which is essentially taking a very thin layer of clear coat off. And what that does, it gets rid of all the swirl marks that are inside of the clear coat, light scratches, factory orange peel, all the stuff that makes Jeeps sort of, and all paints for that matter, not look as good as they do. So this new top layer of clear coat is the first time it's been the top layer. It was below the top layer at one point. So after we sand it all down, we then have multiple steps of high-speed compounds with wool pads, and then polishes with foam pads, different types of DAs, buffers, mini buffers. We got to use a different type of buffer pad for this hood as we do this fender because of how close it is to the rails, and same thing here. This requires a mini buffer. So a lot of work that goes into that. We removed the Rubicon diamond plate there. We removed the handles. We put new handles in there, but we're just going to concentrate on the paint for now. I know I'm blabbing about it, but for people that want a pristine Jeep, they're going to want pristine paint, and that's what you have with this Jeep. Now, paint correction, in full disclosure, does not add paint to the vehicle. So if there was a scratch that went through the clear coat, through the base coat, paint correction does not do anything for that. But if you just look at the welds here, usually that area gets cracked. I mean, it's just absolutely beautiful. Check out the tailgate. So when we buff and paint and paint correct, we don't just do the parts that are exposed. We do all the nooks and crannies. Not to mention the condition of the paint, but check out how flat those panels are. You won't find a single dent or ding on this Jeep. This Jeep has so much to offer. I mean, look at this front grille, beautiful condition. From paint to miles to service to upgrades. I mean, and another thing too is once we're done with the paint correction, this paint is so smooth. There's no contaminants on it. Look at the hood cowl. You don't find Jeeps this clean. The flares were removed for part of the reconditioning work, and those were completely, we actually replaced this one because it had that gouge in it, but these were completely stripped down, sanded down, sealed, and then we have our Kevlar material, which as you see is it's a textured finish, but it's also smooth in a way that it's not a sort of bed liner where a microfiber rag won't clean it. It will clean it. It won't get any sort of, it won't grab the rag, if you will. So these can very easily be cleaned, unlike bed liner. So, and these are, bed liner will crack when it gets moved, and this is more pliable. So this won't crack, it will bend. So very, very durable stuff. So we have that done on all 4 fender flares, okay? Up front, brand new front bumper we installed, 20-inch black LED light bar, worn synthetic 10,000 pound winch, all very, very nice components. We have the matching accessories for the winch, the D-rings and everything, matching the beautiful black Rhino wheels, beautiful gray finish, super sharp wheels. And this is real hardware all the way around. We have blacked out headlight bezels, LED headlights. Those also have a black housing. Those are DOT approved as well. Aluminum hood latches. We have smoked out with an amber lens to tie all the lights in nice and clean. All the hood pieces have also been replaced. Brand new Rubicon stickers, which are also gray to match the wheels and the D-ring. Check this out. That's the original windshield with no cracks, original seal, absolutely beautiful condition. Look at the wiper arms. I'm telling you, this is the right Jeep. We have a brand spanking new soft top we just installed with the tinted windows. You can see there's been no torque wrench on these to take the doors off or anything like that. Factory Rubicon diamond plate. Just literally, it's as perfect as a Jeep you're gonna get. Kevlar rear fender flare. Upgraded the gas tank and the lid. Full rear tire carrier, full size spare. We have very clean back here, a full LED LED rear brake light. So when your brakes come on, you have your standard one and your third one. That whole wheel lights up nice and clean. Nothing sticking up all high and tacky looking. Matching D-rings to the wheels once again. And this, once this gets some heat on it, those will go away. But when they ship them, they're rolled up. So that will look much better over time once it gets exposed to some heat. But brand spanking new top. These wheels are absolutely gorgeous. That's condensation from the AC compressor, which has the cabin nice and cold. We'll move on to the suspension and steering and brakes and wheels and tires now. As I touched on earlier, beautiful set of 285/70/17 Nitto Ridge Grappler. We don't skimp here. You guys follow us, watch us, you know what we do. As we take a look behind this wheel, you'll notice new calipers, new rotors, new pads, and that's on all four corners. So you have 4 new rotors, 4 new calipers. The entire brake system on this Jeep is brand new front to back. We do have black locking spline lugs. We have the key in there as well. It's a beautiful color on these wheels, and the way they integrated that color with the black ring around it is just very, very sharp with the black rhino right there. Just a sharp setup right here. We'll go ahead and go through all the suspension and everything we've done underneath. So your front tie rod bar is upgraded and brand new. Your tie rod ends on the each end are also brand new. The drag link bar is new. The sleeve is new. Steering stabilizer is new. Behind that, you have your track bar. It's brand new. Your sway bar end links are brand new with new bushings, new coils, obviously, new shocks behind that. Same thing in the back of the Jeep. You have new coils, new shocks, your entire drive line, your front diff. We open it up, inspect everything, check everything, backlash, all that good stuff. If everything's good to go, which it was on this Jeep, flush everything out, synthetic fluid, and all new grade 10 bolts and hardware. And you'll notice that throughout the Jeep, we just don't replace parts. We put brand new grade 10 hardware. So when you have to service it 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years down the road, you're not dealing with rusted bolts. So that's a really nice upgrade. And all the ends of everything that I just mentioned is all brand new as well. Check out the frame. You'll see in a lot of our videos, we spend a lot of time on our undercarriage as far as scaling if we need to, cleaning everything up, making everything look nice and clean. Very, very smooth frame. The floor pan, very, very clean. I'm going to get underneath the Jeep for you guys a little bit more. She is very, very clean. While we're down here, give you a look at the brakes, the hoses. We also, while we're down here, we'll talk about some of the servicing that we did. Brand new oil pan, the whole pan is new. The gasket's obviously new. Brand new rear main seal, brand new valve cover. Part of our servicing is we drop the axle from the Jeep, we sandblast it, we clean it all up. We try to get these Jeeps looking as new as possible. New grade 8 or 10 hardware, even on the upper control arms. There's a good shot of the wheel well, nice and clean as far as rust, no rust whatsoever. All new brake hoses all the way around. I mean, she is absolutely as clean as can be. I'll show you guys the oil pan gasket. There's the new gasket up there, new links. And the body on this thing is just, it's really incredible. All the wheel wells are all super clean. I'll show you the other side. Shock tower's clean. I mean, you just don't find them like this. This thing is absolutely spotless. Very smooth frame all the way around. I'm getting dirty for you guys. Gas tank shield, super clean. That's just road grime right there. Obviously your Dana 44s. That's just road grime from us testing it, but she was opened up, fully serviced. As you see, all your new stuff in the back as well. I'll squeeze down in here a little more. Floor pan is super clean. That's just regular surface rust on some welds, but paint itself is super clean. If you guys want us to undercoat it, we will, but we like to show you guys everything. Very, very clean. These skid plates are usually destroyed. Looking at the torque marks, the guys probably put a pinion seal in there as well. Very, very, very clean. Radiator was recently replaced as well. Take a look in there, you can see the new valve cover we just installed. So if I didn't mention earlier, this is a 2.5 inch lift. We didn't want to go too crazy. Usually on the Rubicons, we will do a 3.5 or 4.5, but we haven't done a 2.5 in a while, but we still did the bumpers and winch and tire carrier. So very, very capable Jeep right here, but still amazing on the road and highway. So you got sort of the best of both worlds. As mentioned earlier, both handles, they're also new as well. So, I mean, the body on this thing, it honestly, I mean, we have, that TJ over there has 5,000 miles and, this thing is very close to it condition wise. Inside is very, very clean. I'm gonna turn the AC on so we can get that going on our test drive. Does not have your typical cracking on the door panels. That's gonna be loud. I'll save that to when we start driving. Brand new bed rug carpet throughout, and we have pictures of the floor pans. They are absolutely brand new in this thing. The bed rug goes all the way through. Rear cargo area as well. I'm gonna go ahead and put the tag on the back so we can take this thing for a spin. Inside is absolutely as clean as can be. 85,000 miles. Usually these get real brittle and cracked, and usually there's, not usually, but often there's rust in there from any sort of leaks. Original window. Let's turn this AC on full blast, which this stuff is ice cold. Absolutely as clean as can be. One click, the front locker locked instantly, the rear locker locked instantly. If you're looking at other Rubicons online, have them shoot a video to see if their lockers lock that quick, that easy. I can tell you, usually 9 times out of 10, we get Rubicons in and we have to service the original lockers because they're either never used or the fittings that go into the diff get rusted up. It's just a known issue. The pumps go bad. And as you see, no issue whatsoever. They come out right away, and 4-wheel low. I mean, this thing is the real deal. Go into neutral, no problem. Back into 2-wheel drive, instantly comes off. Perfect transition into 4-wheel drive. You guys give me 1 second. I have a contractor here waiting on me. Hey, bud, let me wrap up this video I'm shooting. I'll be back in about 5 minutes. No problem. Okay, no problem. We got a lot of construction going on at our facility. We're in second gear right now, into third gear. So although we just turned the AC on, let's read, and keep in mind, this does not read the air, this reads the surface. So depending on where it's shooting, you're gonna get that temperature. If the surface is 56, the air is gonna be much cooler than that. Just to give you an idea, surface, surface, surface. And it's fluctuating based on where that laser is actually hitting. But AC's blowing nice and cold. That surface level was in the 40s over there, so she's nice and cold. Okay. I do have a note in the system that we're most likely going to put a alternator in the Jeep as well. It was reading a little bit low, so we're probably going to go ahead and do that. We're in third gear, fourth gear, fifth gear, and this road right here has a ton of crowns in it from logging trucks and semi trucks driving on it all day every day. And to drive a lifted Wrangler with one finger, not on the wheel at all, one finger, smooth as can be, 60 miles an hour. There's a logging truck right there. If you're unfamiliar with crowns, they're essentially ruts that are in the road from heavy logging or from heavy vehicles in general, just creating indentions. So the crown is in the center and you have low points on the left and right side where your wheels and tires are, and it can sort of throw you all over the place. We're going around a turn. Perfect alignment. Go ahead and hit sixth gear. We're in six. All your gauges are perfect. Approaching a turn right here. So we're at 50, we're gonna go hard on the brakes. No shimmy of the wheel at all, smooth as can be. Nice thing about the Rubicon, you got the 410 gears. We're in second gear from a dead stop with essentially 33s, no problem at all. So on a quick recap, guys, This is a one-owner Jeep. Carfax shows it as a one-owner. The only owner has serviced this Jeep 30 different times at a dealership, and that's a minimum of 30, because Carfax is only going to report, well, I should say, it's only going to show services done by service stations that report to Carfax. And I think it's like 9% of service stations report to Carfax. We don't report to them. So at a minimum, it's been serviced 30 different times throughout its life by the first and original owner. We get it in bone stock. As you see in the video, the paint is literally as perfect as you're ever going to find. Undercarriage is extremely clean. All the new services that we did are going to give you months, if not years, of maintenance free on those items. Of course, you got to continue normal maintenance just like any other vehicle, but all the stuff that we did is going to give you enjoyment of ownership where you're not always having to do stuff. We over service our vehicles. I mean, this thing is 6-speed, impact orange, all the right things done to it. Super nice Jeep. If you're viewing this on YouTube, make sure to go to our website at davisautosports.com so you can get the pricing and more information on the Jeep. We also have pictures on our website of us building the Jeep from day one, so you'll see some of that stuff as well, only on our website. So that's it, guys. Beautiful Jeep, completely tracked, straight as can be, hand off the wheel. If you have any questions, feel free to contact us. 202-491-9929. You can also email us, jd@davisautosports.com. Thank you.